first of all, thank you obviously for coming down. It's a very sad occasion as always. We're saying goodbye to Claire. So yeah, after nearly 3 years being at PhD, she's moving on to initiative to She's new, so all the best of luck with that. So what we wanted to do really is we sent out an email trying to get some stories, which is all exciting, and because we had such a flurry of responses back, had to bring in some reinforcements this year, so it's good. And what we found quite interesting is we sat down and tried to work out a theme for this whole occasion, and you know, when we look at the stories, and the overriding theme really is basically that Claire is a fucking mess, in the words of Becky Dives. So, and what one also takes on note is that these stories that came through, some of you maybe expect from a grad, but you know, Claire came in as a manager, and these stories are, one thing we're finding is these stories are consistent from day one, right until I believe last couple of weeks we've had fresh stories through, so last night, good, you can tell us that one. So what we'll do is just run you through some of the glory moments from Claire.
Yes, to kick off the Christmas party. So in 2012 and 2013, Claire had the PhD Christmas party, but also had the Sainsbury's Christmas party the day after. So you would think, oh, I'll take it a little bit easier, you know, I won't kind of go too mad. But no, 2012, Claire comes in extremely hungover, so much so that she sat at her desk and the lovely Baritza asks her to go home. And the following year, she didn't get sent home, but she didn't go to bed the whole entire night. So she came in, fresh from the party, and straight on to Sainsbury's. So didn't go her next. Christmas party related. So at the company meeting, you might remember Claire labelled the broadcast department as a bunch of animals.
Good move.
Which kind of came back to haunt her at the Christmas party, where someone from the broadcast department rugby tackled her off the stage.
Really disproving that.
Yeah.
Absolute slander.
That's Christmas party antics.
So I've got two little snippets here that have been sent. So the first is when I started, and at the same time as Matt actually, Claire was relentlessly, every single day, eating McDonald's for lunch. Every single day, without fail. Breakfast, lunch, every day. But not just the burgers and everything you'd expect. She was exploring the far reaches of the McDonald's menu. I think Claire pretty much single-handedly kept the deli choices. And it only transpired a couple of weeks later that actually Claire was trying to complete the Monopoly challenge. I don't think, even though you tried 2 meals a day, every day, you didn't quite manage to
win a single day.
A few more burgers.
Two free apple pie.
The other thing I've got is, after a typically heavy night out, we've been hearing quite a bit about, Claire accidentally came in the following day wearing the same clothes, which were a bit smelly. Pointed out, rather than go for deodorant or perfume or maybe buy new clothes to try and match the smell, Claire went out and bought a bottle of Febreze, which she used to good effect, and it's been a mainstay on her desk ever since. Any time there's a bit of a whiff, Claire uses a bit of Febreze to try and match the smell.
I have two stories. I have one of my own favourites, but also I don't know if you saw on the email that we sent out, we also outsourced. Chris and Dan came through with gold this morning. So one small snippet from a party which was quite recent. Came in the next day, obviously everyone was like, oh, what happened to you last night? Normally people are like, oh, I don't know, just woke up. Claire knew exactly what happened. She had gone and got a Burger King and then spent circa £45 on a rickshaw home. The back of a rickshaw, eat the Burger King. Yeah. The next story actually came from Chris and Dan, and I'm going to read it word for word because it is just perfectly executed, really sets the scene. So, as he names it, one of the most surreal moments ever happened at the MSN party. So this is a quote from the lovely Chris and Dan. So, unable to recover from witnessing Mark W. Holden, yes, Mark W. Holden, perform the slut drop. Elsworth fell into a stationary pillar, almost knocking over a light fixture. Deciding this was her cue to leave, we left for the cloakroom. I then proceeded to watch her as she tried to retrieve her bag and coat. Doubled up in pain and shame, I watched as it took her a full 7 minutes to put on one boot. I felt like David Attenborough witnessing a baby bear exploring life for the first time. It was captivating. Once she regained her composure, she proceeded to head out of the venue, slapped a 6-foot bouncer on the back, and just announced, "I'm done." So the other story that we got from Chris Ann and Dan got us pretty excited this morning, as it was titled, "No One Knows About This Story." So I'm going to hand over to Jamie just to reveal that to absolutely everyone.
It's got us all very excited. The title of this is "The Time I Tried to Set Her Up." Back when she was single, I tried to set her up with a friend of a friend. The scene was Elise, and against the backdrop of Sainsbury's team drinks, we tried to set up a low-key meet-up. I was present, along with my wife, our friend, and the said blind date. Elsworth was so nervous, she turned to a source of inspiration for a bit of Dutch courage, while said blind date was on the Diet Cokes. It was clear from the first 30 seconds that it was going nowhere, so Elsworth and I proceeded to do what any sensible people in media do, and got blind drunk. The night ended with an awkward goodbye, and whilst trying to put a jacket on, Elsworth proceeded to knock half a dozen wine glasses and smash them all onto the floor.
I didn't even realise it was a blind date. Drinking.
Yeah, and so as Chris signed that off with, despite working with her for a full year, speaking every day, we never spoke of it again. So, as Jamie said, that kind of pretty much wraps up 3 years of consistent shambles. And I have been lucky enough to be present for the past 2 years of it. So from just a personal point of view, I want to thank you for just literally making every day hilarious. Nothing is ever a stress, nothing's ever a problem, and everything can be sourced just with getting the keys off Sean and getting a bit. So I mean, we could go on and on and on about skint night and everything like that, but I think the whole team is absolutely gutted that you're leaving. And I moved from pod to pod with you, and it is just absolutely amazing, and I am going to miss you so much, I can't even. But I'm hoping that this media life lives on. Keep the gifts coming. And yeah, just basically, we aren't ever going to forget you, so come back soon. We've got you a little gift. We know that you aren't going to be able to do Wimbledon this year, and we know our team, yeah, there's cards as well. And our team is obviously fond of media owner tennis. So we've got you that.
Amazing.
Yeah. I didn't know what ATP was,
no.
So we've got you ATP tickets. But yeah, just thank you so much for being so amazing the whole time, and we love you, Claire. So your turn.
Thanks. This is amazing. Thank you. That is the perfect gift. That's really cool. Thank you for that. Mortifying. But it's all totally fair and obviously all true stories, so I haven't got anything to hide behind. I've had such a wicked time here. I'm very sad to be leaving, but thank you everyone for making the last 3 years really brilliant. I've made some genuine, actual mates, not just work mates, but real mates who I'm really happy to call friends outside of work. So thank you very much for being brilliant, and I'm sure I will be back for the next skint night and birthday and awards and whatever. So I may be leaving, but you certainly won't be getting rid of me.